All right, welcome to King Online Trading School. So if this is your first time joining our channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can be notified for any video we upload. And remember, if this is your first time, if you want to learn more about how to trade, feel free to explore our channel. We have a lot of amazing content for you guys, so feel free to explore and make sure you click that subscribe button. All right, so guys, before we dive uh into this week analysis, for those who are watching this for the first time, what you are looking right in front of you, which is the strategy, is called the King strategy. This is a strategy that comprises moving averages, stochastic, and RSI. And this strategy has over 75% win rate if traded accordingly. And if you really want to learn more about this strategy, make sure you watch this video to the end, all right? And feel free to explore our channel to find a link based on this strategy that explains more about how to set up the parameters and the trading condition, right? So guys, feel free to explore. So let's dive in. Okay, so this analysis is between Monday, October 11th to Friday, October 15th, 2021. Monday, October 11th to Friday, October 15th, 2021. All right. Okay, and before I go deeper, I would like to inform those who are watching this for the first time that we have a video. There's a sniper entry video where you can watch, which enables you to pick a trade with 10 pills, 15 pills, or less. Okay, so that gives you small risk and big reward. Okay, so let's dive into this process. So for the purpose of this analysis, we analyze and take our trade based on H1, while we use 4 hours as our filter time frame. And of course, we pick our analysis from the weekly down to H1. So we're going to stop based on H1. So let's dive in right into this whole process. But I'm glad to inform you that a lot of our analysis has been playing out absolutely well for quite some times. Okay, which means we've seen close to 90% win rate in the last 3 months. And of course, this strategy has not less than 75%, and we've been seeing close to 90% win rate. And this week we just concluded has been really amazing, and the week we are going into has a lot of potential setup for us that we can explore to we can take to pick a lot of good trades. Okay, so the first pair I'm going to look at today is going to be AUD USD. Okay, AUD USD. AUD USD right now, according to H1 and 4, it is currently seen as buy bias. Okay, according to this strategy. So coming to weekly time frame, we see the weekly candle close in bullish. So this gives us some level of assurance that we should expect some more upside during this coming week. So we expect AUD USD weekly target to rise up to the red resistance at 0.7470. All right. So, and the daily, we see the daily close as an indecision candle, but of course the weekly is in play. And right now, you will agree with me that this very candle is a retest to this bullish engulfing candle. So our daily target is expected at this blue resistance, which is at 0.7376, okay, which is our daily target. Coming into our entry time frame, we've seen the moving average, okay, already below the blue, below the yellow below the blue. So once we see the cross to the upside, to be a good one to take the trade and take your first profit before the blue resistance. And if this one get broken, we are heading up to the red resistance. So AUD USD is a good one to look out for a buy. AUD NZ is currently buy bias on H1 and 4. Okay, coming to the weekly time frame, we see that the weekly candle closed in green. Okay, so which means we should expect more upside on this trade towards the yellow resistance at 1.07333. All right, I hope that is clear. So the yellow resistance is our weekly target. Okay, so the yellow resistance right here is our weekly target. So coming to the daily, we see this close as an inside bar, okay, which means we may see some pullback right here. And as we can see on the daily, I beg your pardon, this is sitting at the daily resistance right here, but this is expected to get broken due to the momentum we have on the weekly. So right here, we're expecting our daily target for AUD NZ is at this blue resistance, which is at 1.0606. All right. So this is our daily resistance for AUD NZ. Coming to our entry time frame, which is H1. Let's wait for the pullback. Okay. So on its way up, we catch the entry to the upside. So take our trade at this level. Our first profit at this level. Why? If this place get broken, we are heading on to the yellow resistance. Okay, so AUD NZD is a good one to look out for a buy. AUD card is currently sell bias according to H1 and 4. So coming to the weekly time frame, we see this close in red as bearish engulfing. So the momentum to the downside is present. So we expect this level right here to get broken to come into this yellow support at 0.8880. Okay, so that is the weekly target. So the daily target for this, we also see the same pattern we've seen on weekly right here on daily, but right now this is currently sitting at the major daily support, okay, which gives us some level of assurance that we should expect some little pullback before price will continue to break this level. So as we're optimistic that this place is going to get broken on the daily, right? To target the weekly, to move on to the weekly target. So coming to our entry time frame, so let's wait for the pullback. We catch the sell entry to the downside. Okay, so AUD card is a good one to look out for a sell. And of course, this place right here is going to be our first profit. After once price goes back up and on its way down, this is going to be our first profit. And if this level get broken, we'll be heading on to the yellow support, which is for the weekly. All right, so AUD card is good to look out for a sell. AUD Swiss franc, according to H1 and 4, this is currently buy bias. So the weekly candle, we see this close in green, but we can see this is currently sitting at some daily resistance right here, but we're optimistic this may get broken to move up to the yellow resistance at 0.6897, okay, which is the weekly target. So coming into the daily, as I said, this is currently sitting at this is the resistance right there for the daily. So we may see price pull out to the daily resistance, and if the daily resistance get broken, we are heading on to the weekly resistance. So the blue area right here is the daily resistance at 0.6824. All right, so back to our entry time frame, the cross to the downside has happened. So if the cross happens to the upside, it's going to be a good one to look out for a trade. AUD Swiss franc, look out for a trade, look out for a buy entry, and the blue resistance right here is going to be the first target, while the yellow is going to be the second target. So AUD Swiss franc, look out for a buy. This is a good trade to also look out for a buy. AUD JPY is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. All right. So the weekly candle, we see this close with the momentum candle. I call this momentum candle a candle without tail. I personally recognize it as a momentum candle. So very, very optimistic. This pair is going to pull up during this coming week to the yellow resistance at 84.32. All right. So coming into the daily, we see the same type of candle right here, but this is currently sitting at a resistance, the daily resistance, but this is we have huge assurance that this level is going to get broken to the upside. So the daily target for this is at the blue resistance right here, which is at 82.85. Okay, coming into our entry time frame, you wait for the pullback and catch the entry to the upside. So AUD JPY, this is also a good trade to look out for a buy. The next one we talk about is CAD JPY. CAD JPY is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. So coming into our entry to the weekly time frame. So we see the weekly candle close with some huge momentum candle. So this is expected to pull up some more during this coming week. All right. So it's expected to pull up to the yellow resistance, okay, which is going to be the weekly target at 91.13. All right. So going into the daily, we see this is currently sitting at the daily resistance. So we may see some pullback right here in the next 1 or 2 days. Then expect it to keep pushing up to the yellow resistance. Okay, so CAD JPY, let's wait for a pullback to somewhere around here. Then on its way up, we catch it to the upside. CAD JPY, look for a buy. CAD JPY, look for a buy. And the blue resistance right here is going to be the first target. And if this level get broken, then we add on to the yellow resistance. So CAD JPY is also a good one to look out for a buy. So look out for a buy on CAD JPY. CAD Swiss franc. CAD Swiss franc is currently buy bias according to H1 and 4. So coming into the weekly time frame, we also see this. We also see the presence of a momentum candle. Okay, so with this, we should expect this to pull up to this this yellow resistance. Okay, for this before we can see some kind of pullback, as we are expecting some pullback to happen on this pair. And if that level get broken, okay, sorry, here should be the weekly target. All right, while this place should be the daily target. Okay, so the blue resistance right here, sorry, the yellow resistance right here is the weekly target, which is at 0.7645. All right, so the daily target is at this junction, at this blue resistance at 0.7485. All right, so coming into our entry time frame, let's wait for the pullback to happen. Wait for the pullback to happen. Catch your buy entry on its way up. Catch your buy entry on its way up. So this is going to be a good trade as well. Then you catch your first profit right here, while the second one is going to pull up to the yellow resistance. So CAD Swiss franc, this is also a good trade to look out for a buy. Look out for a buy on CAD Swiss franc. Swiss franc JPY, we are currently buy bias on this as well. So the weekly candle, we see this close with huge momentum candle, bullish engulfing candlestick. So this is really expected to pull up to the yellow resistance at 122.74. All right. So the daily target, we also see the same type of candle right here. So, but this is currently sitting at the resistance at 121.17. So with that in mind, we should assess some pullback before that level get broken. So expect some pullback, price should pull back, then on its way up, catch it and expect to take part of your profits around this place. And if this place gets broken, we are heading on to the yellow resistance for the weekly target. All right. So Swiss franc JPY, this is a good one to also look out for a buy. Swiss franc JPY, look out for a buy. Euro AUD, we are currently sell buyers on this. Okay, currently sell buyers on this. So with this in mind, the weekly candle, we see this close with big red candle to the downside. So the weekly target for this is located at this yellow support at 1.5412. Okay, so the daily target is seen at this junction, which is at 1.5615. all right. So coming into the entry time frame, we've seen the cross. So if the cross should happen to the downside again, then this is going to be a good trade to look out for a sell. All right, it's going to be a good trade to look out for a sell, and we take part of your profit before the blue support. And if that level get broken, we'll be heading on to the yellow support. Okay, so Euro AUD, look out for a sell. Look out for a sell on Euro AUD. Euro card, the same setup we've seen on Euro AUD is what we're seeing on Euro card. This is currently sell buyer according to H1 and 4. So going into the weekly candle, we see this close with big red candle. So targeting our projection as we've seen it in the last 2 weeks. Okay, we've seen price coming down to this level, and which is what we also analyzed last week, that price is going to come down here, and now it's approaching the level. So we are still expecting this level to get hit if ever price is going to reverse. So the weekly target for this is at 1.4269, which is at the yellow support. Okay, and the daily candle, we also see this close in red. Okay, and we've seen major support being broken in the last few days of the week. So now let's wait for price to pull back right on this pair. Wait for price to pull back right on this pair, then write it down. I want to see the entry to the downside. Take your trade, and the target is going to be the yellow support. All right, I hope that is very, very clear. So Euro card is a good one to look out for a sell. Euro card, look out for a sell. Euro USD, this is currently sell buyers according to H1 and 4. Okay, so the weekly candle, we see this close in red. Okay, but not so healthy, but we see this close in red, and we have seen this close below. We have seen this close below a major weekly demand. So very, very optimistic that nothing is going to stop Euro USD from dropping down to this yellow support in the next couple of weeks or months. Okay, to this yellow support. So that is the overall target for Euro USD at 1.1167. That's the weekly target. So coming into the daily, we see this close with bullish engulfing. So with that, we should expect some pullback on Euro USD before the downside can continue. Okay, so with that in mind, we've seen the cross happen right here. If the cross should happen between right after here, then it will be a good one to take the trade. And of course, if it does not happen, if the 2 moving average crosses the red to the upside, that means the trade has been invalidated. All right, the signal has been invalidated. I hope this is very, very clear, guys. So look out for a sell trade on Euro USD. All right, look out for a sell Euro USD, because you still have a long target. Then take your profit. Your first profit may be somewhere here, okay, at this first yellow support at 1.1383. I hope that is super clear, guys. So Euro USD, this is a good trade to look out for a sell. Look out for a sell on Euro USD. Euro Swiss franc. Euro Swiss franc is currently sell buyers. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red. So we should expect this pair to also pull down to the yellow support at 1.0595. All right. And the daily candle, we also see this, we see this close in green. So which means on lower time frame, we've seen some consolidation in the last 2 days of the previous week. We've seen consolidation. So coming into our entry time frame, you should expect this to pull up right here a little bit. All right, pull up right here, cross up, then take your sell entry, and this area right here may be some of your target. This low right here, may be some of your targets, and you can also target the blue support right here as your second one, while the weekly target is located at the yellow support. I hope that is clear. Euro Swiss franc, this is also a good one to look out for a sell. Euro Swiss franc, look out for a sell. Euro GBP is currently going down based on H1 and 4. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red. Okay, big red candle for that matter. So we should expect more downside on this trade. I hope this is clear. You should expect more downside on this trade. So our weekly target for this is seen. We expect price to actually break this level right here and head down to the yellow support at 0.8280. All right, and the daily candle, we see this close in green. So and we personally see this as a retest to this bearish engulfing. So we should expect price to keep going down. Okay, right here at this low right here at 0.8451 is going to be our daily target. So going into our entry time frame, we've seen the cross to the upside. Let's catch our sell trade once price pull down. Well, once this crosses down to the downside, so take your sell trade. All right, I hope this is clear. And our target is going, our first target is going to be right at this blue support at 0.8451, which is going to be our first target. And if that level get broken, we are heading to the yellow support. So Euro GBP, it's a good one to look out for a sell. Euro GBP, look out for a sell. The next one we'll talk about is Euro Jpy. Euro Jpy, we see this based on H1 and 4 is currently buy bias, pulling up right now. So the weekly candle, we see this close in bullish momentum candle, not a perfect engulfing, but I see this as bullish engulfing. So we should expect more upside on this towards the yellow resistance at 132.68. That is going to be the weekly target. So coming into the daily, we also see the same type of candle, a huge bullish candle right here. So we should expect more upside on the Euro Jpy towards the blue resistance right here at 130.66. Okay, this is going to be our daily target. So coming into our entry time frame, definitely wait for the pullback to happen, which is most certainly going to happen. So on its way up, catch that buy entry is going to be a good trade. So we catch our first profit before the blue resistance, and if this blue get broken, we are heading on to the yellow resistance. So and we expect price may not come to this place in 1 week, may take 2 weeks or so. So but we'll wait and see how long price is going to get to that level. But that is our weekly target. So coming to our entry time frame, Euro Jpy, this is a good one to look out for a buy. Look out for a buy on Euro Jpy. Gbp Jpy is the next one to look at. On H1 and 4, we see this is currently buy bias. So the weekly candle, we see this as bullish, close with a strong bullish candle. So right now we expect this to also pull up to this yellow resistance at 155.90. Okay, The same setup we've seen on right here is what we've seen on on Euro JPY. Okay, so Gbp Jpy, the weekly target is seen at the yellow resistance. So coming into the daily, we also see this, the daily candle close in with a strong bullish candlestick. So we should expect more upside ride on this pair. So and the daily target is seen at this blue resistance at 153.37. Okay, coming into our entry time frame, we have to wait for the pullback to happen, then catch your buy entry to the upside. I hope this is clear, and take your first profit right before this blue resistance. And if this blue resistance get broken, we will target the yellow resistance. All right, so Gbp Jpy, look out for a buy. GJ, look out for a buy. The next one is GA. Gbp Aud is currently sell bias. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red with some momentum from the upside to the downside. And this is what we also analyzed last week for price to drop down during this last week, and it did exactly what we predicted. And now a more move is still expected to the downside towards the yellow support at 1.8249. That is the weekly target. So the daily target, we see this close, we see the daily candle close in green, okay, with some rejection. So we should expect the daily candle, the daily target to the price to drop down to this low and also break this low to target this yellow support. Okay, so coming into the entry time frame, we've seen the cross happened already. So if price, once this market open, you want to carefully take your trade without a gap. Okay, so without a gap in the market, take your trade to the downside or wait for another pullback after 1 or 2 days, then to catch your sell entry to the downside and take your first profit before the blue support. And if the blue support get broken, we are heading on to the yellow support. Okay, Gbp Aud, this is also a good trade to look out for a sell GA. G-card is currently sell bias according to H1 and 4. So the weekly candle, we see this close with a strong bearish momentum candle to the downside. Okay, so we should expect more downside on this, and this was exactly what we predicted last week for this pair to drop down towards the yellow support. And you can see price did exactly what we predicted, and this is what has happened on over 90% of the trade we predicted last week, and it has happened. And we predicted this as the first the daily target price came in there, and on the weekly is already targeting the weekly, heading to the weekly target. And we still stand that price is still going to touch this level before any reversal can happen, because we have seen this pair ranging the last couple of months. Right here, you can see a couple of weeks, so many weeks the price has been ranging, and it's going to target the last low. If ever price is going to reverse. Okay, so we should expect our weekly target right at the yellow support, which is at 1.6860. Okay, so the daily candle, we also see this close in red, big red candle to the downside. So when we see this low, we see candle close below this low, so we should expect it to drop further to the yellow support. Okay, so coming into the entry time frame, let's wait for the pullback to happen. Once the cross initiate to the downside, take your sell trade. G-card, this is a good trade to look out for a sell, and we're going to target the yellow support as our target. Okay, GBP card is a good one to look out for a sell. Okay, so the next one we'll talk about is NZD card. NZD card is currently sell bias according to H1 and 4. So coming into the weekly time frame, you see the candle close with bearish momentum candle okay, as I recognize it. So, and our weekly target for this is seen, we have seen price to drop down to this yellow support. And why did we think it's going to get down to this support? Because of the move, and also to complete this flag move. All right, I hope you can see, guys. So this is also, this is a simple arithmetic and another confirmation telling us that price is going to head down to the yellow support. Okay, so as we've seen, this place is being approached aggressively, so we are optimistic it's going to get broken to the downside. So G card weekly target is at the yellow support, which is at the 0.8344. All right, so the daily target is seen at this same low right here, and we see the candle close in momentum candle to the downside. So coming to the entry time frame, we wait for the pullback to happen, catch your sell entry to the downside. NZD card, look out for a sell, and this last low right here, this blue low right here at 0.8596 is going to be the first take profit, while the overall target for the week is going to be the yellow support. All right, so NZD card, look out for a sell, on NZD card. The next one I'll talk about is USD card. This is also seen to the downside. So the weekly candle, we see this close in red. According to our projection last week, you can see this was our projection. Price did exactly what we projected. Our price is going to come down towards this last low right here. Okay, and now you can see we had a massive drop during the week, which was also part of our projection last week. So right here, the weekly target for USD card is seen at the yellow support at 1.2275. Okay, so the daily candle also closed in red, so we should expect more drop right on the daily to this level right here. Okay, so the blue support at 1.2415 is the daily support. Okay, so right now we wait for the pullback to happen, catch your sell entry to the downside. I hope this is super clear. So why this blue support right here is going to be the first take profit, and the next one, the weekly target, is going to be the yellow support. All right, I hope this is clear. USD card is a good trade to also look out for a sell. The last pair I want to talk about today is Usg Jpy. This is currently buy bias. This is currently aggressive to the upside. So on the weekly, we see this close with a good bullish momentum candle without tail. So we should expect the weekly target for USD Jpy to pull up to the yellow resistance at 114.62. All right, so while the daily, we see the price is already sitting at the daily resistance, okay, which means we should expect some pullback on the lower time frame. And of course, that level is going to get broken, because you can see the daily candle also is also presenting us with a bullish momentum candle, so we should expect more upside. So now on the lower time frame, which is our entry time frame, wait for the pullback to happen. So on its way up, catch your entry to the upside, take some profit at this blue resistance, and on the yellow resistance is going to be the weekly target. I hope that is clear. This is also a good trade to look out for a buy. So many setup is already available in the market, guys. A lot of good setup are available right here. Okay, so before let's do a quick recap on the trade. So the first trade is AUD USD, look for a buy. AUD NZD, buy. AUD card, sell. AUD Swiss franc, buy. AUD JPY, buy. Card JPY, buy. Card Swiss franc, buy. Swiss franc JPY, buy. Euro AUD, sell. Euro card, sell. Euro USD, sell. Euro Swiss franc, sell. Euro GBP, sell. Euro JPY, sell. GBP Jpy, buy. GA, sell. G card, sell. NZD card, sell. USD card, sell. USD Jpy, buy. This is all I have for you guys. And the weak pair, according to this strategy and according to this analysis, is we have JPY is extremely weak, JPY is weak, Euro is extremely weak, all right? And the strong pair we have is AUD is extremely strong, CAD is also strong, USD is also strong, all right? So guys, this is all I have for you. And the pairs I will advise you guys to focus your attention more during this week is Euro pairs. Focus your attention more on Euro pairs, focus your attention more on AUD pairs, all right? And also some USD pairs. I hope this is super clear, all right? I hope this is super clear. So thank you so much, guys, for having me today. For those who have not subscribed, please help this channel. Let us grow this channel together. Make sure you click that subscribe button and don't forget to activate the bell icon, okay? And remember to leave a like, drop your comment, and share this with your loved ones. And before I round this up, we will be having our 3 days Forex, 3 days Forex Mastery Foundation. 3 days Forex Mastery Foundation starting today, October 9, all through to October 11, Monday, October 11. So this is starting at 7 p.m. Nigerian time, 7 p.m. London time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is, of course, 6:30 p.m. Ghana time. So you want to be here if you really want to learn more about Forex. You want to be here if you have not been consistent. Come and relearn and take the bull by the horns, okay? So thank you so much, guys, for having me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now. Happy trading and God bless.